Hi, welcome to the Wellness and Integrative Oncology Teaching Kitchen. My name is Danielle Petrina, and this is Angela Zaccagnini. I'm the assistant. This is the main deal right here. So we're so glad to bring this to you. As you can see, we have a very real looking kitchen. And today we are going to talk about, this is for budget friendly. Yes, so budget friendly meals. We're all looking for those, and convenience too, right? So we can't, it can feel very overwhelming when it's like, oh my gosh, I gotta go home and put this together and to eat healthy in the same way. So this today is a tuna arugula salad with cannellini beans. Yes. So we are really excited to bring this to you. I'm gonna let Ange take this. Just for the record, this is all HIPAA compliant. You don't see who's in studio with us or who's Zooming with us. So in future, if you'd like to join us, please know that we take those things very seriously and you will not be on our recording. So go ahead, Ange, take it away.
Okay, so like Danielle mentioned, this is a budget-friendly recipe. And a lot of people complain that they can't eat healthy for cheap. That's I hear it all the time. I can't afford to eat healthy, and it's not necessarily true. This particular recipe has a lot of pantry staples. So canned tuna, canned beans, olive oil. We have a red wine vinegar that more or less you have in your fridge or in your pantry, I'm sorry. Arugula, which we get the convenient type option. So the box container of arugula.
We don't believe in washing our own lettuce.
No,
it's very time consuming. So we're like not doing
and we don't have a salad spinner.
Yeah, we need that. We did it by paper towels, and one day we accidentally bought the wrong lettuce.
Yeah.
And
we know that's time consuming. Yes. We have a red onion. We have grape tomatoes. We have basil. And if you have your own fresh basil at home, even better. You're not spending more money on the herbs. And the only thing that is a little bit more pricey in this recipe is going to be the capers, which can be admitted if you're really looking for a budget-friendly recipe. But those capers are really going to pack a punch. I mean, they're so nutrient dense. They're full of antioxidants. And just a superfood, if you will.
Oh, boosh.
Okay, so to get us started, the cannellini tuna arugula salad. This recipe is from Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. We look into a lot of their recipes, and this one particularly is one, budget friendly, two, predominantly plant-based besides the tuna. If you wanted it to be strictly plant-based, get rid of the tuna.
Yeah.
And you can add a different bean. If you wanted to, say you wanted to add chicken, you can do that as well. It's definitely a versatile recipe. All right, so we're gonna get started. In the large bowl, we're going to add the tuna. I'm gonna have Danielle do that for me.
Set my coffee aside.
After we need that.
Real,
yes.
So.
Okay, so we're adding the tuna. I have a spoon and a fork there. You can use the fork. And it's already broken into bite-sized pieces. We can mince it up a little bit more, depending on the consistency that you want. When it's already packed, in a can, it's already at a really good consistency. And our student, Yaya, was nice enough to help me open all the cans and drain all the water. And we were using the water-based tuna with no added salt. So that's a way to eliminate any extra sodium. And the ones that are packed in olive oil, I mean, if you're looking for that, you're definitely getting a lot more fat, which this recipe actually has quite a bit of fat, healthy fats though. So that's another benefit to this recipe. Okay, so we're next going to add the beans, which are over here in the strainer. We always end up draining our beans and then rinsing them to, once again, remove any of the extra sodium. All right, so Danielle's going to mix that all together. And then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of our capers.
I love capers.
I know.
And I could eat them out of the jar. Is that bad?
No.
But I love salt. Sorry, that might have been a little more.
No, we're going to add this whole thing in. Okay. So you'll notice too, it's a very colorless recipe at first, but then you add the green capers. We're going to add some red onions, some tomatoes. It's just going to be colorful and beautiful and rich. And I think, you know, with this particular recipe, you are getting plant-based proteins, you're getting protein from the tuna, you know, it's very filling, and you're getting a ton of fiber as well. And
it's a great salad for summertime.
So
this is really nice. Wait till you see the end of this. It's gonna look bougie, and for not a lot of money, it's gonna look like a really good salad. I mean, if it ever becomes summer, outside.
I know. I mean, it's hot, but it's
raining
again. Okay, so add the rest of the capers for me. In a separate bowl, we're going to start making the dressing, which is literally as simple as 3 ingredients: the red wine vinegar, olive oil, and a little bit of black pepper. Okay. So we're going to do 6 tablespoons of olive oil.
You want me to count?
Yeah.
That's one. I always like start talking, and then, you know, so you can talk through it, I'll count it.
That's 3. Wait, 3, right?
Yeah, that's okay.
I know we're distracting ourselves. Okay. So a very simple dressing. Again, sometimes when I look at recipes, I get intimidated by the dressing.
Great. You know why? Because it always has like a shallot involved.
Oh my gosh, I just saw that the other day.
I am not cutting
a shallot. Yeah.
Also, they're very tangy. Like if you, it's a lot of taste.
Yeah. So 3 tablespoons of the red wine vinegar. So yeah, I'm all about convenience, minimal ingredients as possible.
Same.
And like Danielle mentioned, this recipe, once it's done, it's gonna look beautiful, and people are gonna think like, dang, you made that? You know, like it's great for a cookout, even to take to like a family gathering, now that we can actually do that again. And I'm not gonna measure the black pepper, but it says like a 1/4 teaspoon. Danielle, you can mix that up for me too. You can use that. All right. So we have the tuna, the beans, the capers in one large bowl. We did the dressing in a smaller bowl. And what we're going to do is add that olive oil mixture right into the beans, the tuna, and the capers, and then mix it all up so that it's all coated and absorbing all of that goodness.
That smells really good.
So prior to the meeting or the class, I already cut up the onions because I tend to bawl my eyes out, literally, and I didn't want to embarrass myself live. So we have all the cut up onions, and depending on the consistency that you want, these are just sliced in very thin consistency.
And how many cans of tuna is this?
3, right, Yaya?
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Look at that.
3 cans of tuna and 2 cans of cannellini beans. This is 1 red onion. So you can see it's real, like sliced really thin and in longer consistency or longer pieces. And, but then again, the last time we made this, we diced the.
Oh, we did.
We did.
Yeah.
So it depends on the consistency that you want. I like my onions really thin.
Really thin.
Yeah. So
especially red.
Yes. They're very strong. And, you know, if you are working after, like we are, I'm not going to be near you for a little bit. And masks will be on.
I know. Yes.
Okay. So onion is going to be added to that.
All of it?
Yep. Well,
you want me to do some?
Yeah. And I'm going to rinse off the tomatoes because we're going to start cutting those up.
Again, cherry tomatoes, lovely. I never know how to cut it like a real tomato. Like
slice it?
Yeah, so it doesn't like not feel like you're just getting total tomato juice, you know? Yeah. This smells really good. I feel like I could eat this with crackers.
No, you totally could.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna put it all in.
Okay. Let's go all out. Now we have some beautiful purple color. So we have the green, we have the tans from the tuna and the beans, and now we have this beautiful rich purple color, and the smell is just great.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks good. Yep.
Coming around to team. There you go. That's what it looks like. Onion. Definitely that dressing really got absorbed. So keep that in mind.
And I'm going to start cutting these little guys in half.
And there's some big little guys.
They are big, huh? Should we cut them thinner?
Nah. Okay. Oh, so let's talk about where we shop for this. Yep. So I'm a big Aldi's fan. we've just been going to Whole Foods because it's a little bit convenient to where we're located. We got this from Whole Foods, but it's all priced pretty friendly, and you can find all, you know, these ingredients pretty much anywhere. Again, the only thing that you're talking about that's going to be a bit more expensive is to have the already, like this is triple wash, which is so important, just easy. Don't stress yourself out for the extra $1 that costs. It alleviates a lot of stress. And then we get fresh herbs. So I know sometimes Aldi doesn't necessarily always have the, you know, their fresh herbs kind of change. This is basil. But other than that, everything else here is their 365 brand. So we kind of go with, you know, nothing is fancy. It's just canned tuna and water. And there's no anything special about it. I know Whole Foods can kind of feel intimidating at times, but this can all be found at Aldi as well.
And let's give a shout out to the farmers market.
Yeah.
Because now, I mean, I went to the farmers market last weekend.
You are so dedicated.
I got a basil plant. You know what I got though? I got a basil plant and peonies.
You're weird.
Literally, my mom was like, that sounds like you. Like, you didn't get any vegetables, you know? Well, I just moved into my apartment.
Yeah.
So, well, a month now.
No, but it takes a while to get your kitchen set up.
Oh my
figure out
gosh.
how to cook in a kitchen.
Like, I just used my oven for the first time.
I mean, look, it took us a month to figure out the
literally.
So,
yeah. So I was like, I don't want to get vegetables and then not use them and waste them.
That's a lot of stress.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get pretty peonies and put them in a vase and start growing my fresh basil.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's what
the
I did.
farmers market, I mean, they're everywhere.
Yes.
And, you know, I think it's people are probably even more into it because of COVID. You can be outside. You don't feel that stress of going into the space. So if you're, you know, if you're being, you know, extra cautious, go to a farmer's market.
Fresh, local, and cheaper.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that basil plant I got was like $1.99.
Seriously?
And it was already like beautiful, big, and
yeah, we need to get some in here. I feel like we could do it and put them on the windowsill.
And we can have the plant guy take a look at them.
Oh yeah.
Look at it. Can you keep an eye on our herbs, please? Okay, you want to mix that up for me?
Yes.
So we added just 1 pint of the tomatoes. Like we mentioned, they're rather large, so I think that could do, right?
But it just makes it look so pretty. I mean, it just depends. If you, I'm not a tomato fan, but I like cherry tomatoes. Okay. They're just less squishy, I feel like.
I never used to be a fan of tomatoes, and then all of a sudden I
until you found salt, you put salt on your tomatoes.
And mozzarella and basil.
And balsamic glaze. Yeah.
I just like introduced all of them to balsamic glaze, and now they all bought it and have it in their kitchens and ready to go. It's hard to make balsamic glaze. It's like a process.
I just don't. I'm not like
eliminate that.
Susie homemaker. So as my husband.
Are you learning some from being here with me?
I am for sure. I think it's just even like this is easy. You don't have to be so stressed out. I mean, and again, like, you know, I really try to cook salmon for my family. Just it's good, and it's like this could be salmon in here with all of this. You know, I mean, it can be very easily transferred. And I think Ange and I talk a lot about convenience because that's what is such a big hold up with cooking is like, I didn't do this, I needed this. And then also pricing, like, and I think especially with COVID, I really got into the delivery service and kind of finding like, oh, you can find this at Aldi much cheaper. And Aldi is like really stepping up their game. They should hire me.
I was gonna say like
to be a sponsor
for them,
but they're just doing a lot of cool things. And Whole Foods has been doing that for a long time. I think, you know, so it's the grocery game's interesting. But anyways, I'm learning lots of it. Okay, that was like a long-winded.
No, I love it. Thank you. Now I'm just going to take a few leaves of basil and the smell.
Amazing.
This is why I got the plant too.
Yeah, I mean, it smells so good in your house.
I walked in my kitchen, I'm like,
yeah, I know. You're like a chef would serve. You
know it.
And we are getting matching aprons, just so you know. But I grew up on an egg farm, so I wore my egg. And just older than me. She had Mac. So we're getting matching aprons.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So the way you're going to put this on display is you're just going to put a plate of arugula, a nice big.
You don't even have to cut it. It's ready to go. I love arugula. I feel like it's a little bit more salty.
Yeah.
So
and it has that peppery, like,
yeah.
I don't know what it is about.
I'm really into like arugula right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you're just gonna plop atop of this.
Beautiful. I was so young. I love it.
tuna, beans, tomato, onion, capers, all that good stuff. Now, just to give you a little bit about the nutrition. So we got some healthy fats here. We have tons of antioxidants from every single one of the vegetables that we use, as well as the capers. And it's relatively low calorie, but on the same end of that, it's a filling meal that's like, let's see what the nutrition facts are. Where did I put that?
Oh, I think they were
over here.
I think it's still, yeah. Yep, sorry.
320 calories for a full plate. Yeah. And well, I guess depending on how much you add of what, 260 milligrams of sodium. Yeah. So not a high sodium option, especially if you're getting low sodium or no added salt canned goods. 21 grams of protein.
Okay.
Yeah. And 24 grams of carbs, which people get all hung up on the total carbs, sugar, sugar, sugar. When really this is packed with protein and fiber, which makes it a complex meal, which makes that sugar almost like cancel out. Okay. It's a good complex carb, which is beneficial. And we need carbs for energy. So don't be afraid of carbs. Eat your beans, and also pair it with protein, lots of vegetables. That's the whole key to a well-balanced meal is packing in the vegetables, doing like a 1 serving of protein. So 3 or 4 ounces of whatever meat, fish that you're using, and then limiting the other carbs. So like rice, baked potatoes, those type of options. I know. You can still have them, but in smaller portions. That's the whole key to that.
Can I do a quick pitch about lifestyle nutrition?
Yes, please.
So just a little bit more about what we do here at the Cancer Center within our program. We believe in lifestyle nutrition. So we don't want you to eliminate anything. If you want to eliminate something, we will work with you on that. But like Ange said, it's all about balance. It's all about working within your lifestyle, wherever that may be at this moment, especially for our patients and what they're going through. Life is difficult and it affects multiple areas of their life. So when you come here, just know you can get a consult with Anne. She is great at what she does. I've had a personal consult with her. I think I consult you every week now, though.
Yeah, she's like, Anne, I have a nutrition related
question. I know, because I really I've always been into health, but you got me reading labels, and it's really important to read labels and to know what you're looking for. Things can say organic. That doesn't mean anything.
I learned that the hard way.
I learned that the hard way. So just know that when you come here, we are about your lifestyle and meeting you exactly where you are. Yes. Okay, Ben, you figure.
No, thank you. So, I appreciate that because it's true. I mean, it's an individualized approach, non-judgmental. Yep. Judgment-free zone here, and whatever you want to pursue, your goals, we support it. We'll give you the facts, though. Right. Like if you think something is better than something else, we'll let you know how it actually is and support it. And take that approach and make sure that it is individualized and going to work for you and is a realistic,
Right. So much of this is about just being realistic about your time, your energy, who's doing the cooking for you in your life.
Yep.
And going that far.
Yeah. So let's think about this. We put this together in 25 minutes.
I mean, and even we're chatting and like, I bet you could do this in 10 minutes.
Yeah. And I mean, going back though, Yaya and I did a little bit of prep work before. So if you think about that, all the opening of the cans, the draining of the beans, all that, the cutting of the vegetables, I would say give yourself 45 minutes to an hour. Yeah. And that's reasonable.
And I think you could save this and then just, don't put it on your lettuce right away if you want to use this for the rest of the week for lunch.
Yep.
Put it in a container, pull it out as you need. And it's a great way. And especially like I know myself when I'm hungry, I tend to like be crazy and like, where's the food? This is great because this is responsible and it keeps you accountable.
Yep. So I just did a little bit of fresh basil on top, and I'm going to come show you what that looks like close up.
Wow. Mangia.
It's wonderful.
Ange and I are Italian,
yes.
So we're always bringing our Italian flair. Mm-hmm. So right now, are you done, Ange, or did you need to say more?
I was going to say one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
That I believe the last time we made this, we wanted a little bit more dressing on
it. Did we have a bit of olive oil?
With the balsamic glaze.
Oh, yeah, we did. Yeah, so it'll be.
So, we'll get that out and ready. And I think if you have that at home, or even just regular balsamic vinegar.
So just a little bit. Sprinkle.
That's it.
So this is going to conclude our recording. Thank you so much for joining us. We are here every Friday from 2 to 3. There's a couple exceptions of that. July 2nd. What's the date in August? 13th. The 13th. Yeah. So those are the 2 dates that we are not here. But we are working on building a library. We so appreciate you joining us. I'm going to stop the recording and then we'll open up for questions for in-person and virtual.
I'm going to put this over here for you.
It's so great. I'm so